Hey there, Carlson. I have interviewed Mr. and Mrs. Farrell about their trip that they took last summer in June to Hawaii, and they went snorkeling. And when they were snorkeling, Mr. Farrell, well, let's say he was under the water and he saw a shark, and I think he got a little bit excited. And I got some good footage, and I interviewed them. So let's see about this interview.
Okay, well, we were snorkeling for our first time in Hawaii, and we're out, we're drifting, we're watching all these fish. They're bright colors, they're awesome, we're looking at them, and drifted out a little too far. So he yelled at me to come back, and I started swimming back over to where he was at. And I got almost to where he was, and he looked down in the water and then just totally panicked. He started swimming and just took off and left me there.
I went back down in the water. A 8-foot black tip pointed nose shark came out from beyond the rocks.
How did you react?
I got a little bit excited at the time. Lost my breath.
It looked like about a 7-foot reef, black-tipped reef shark. And I watched it. The shark kept swimming, it kept going, it went all the way out to where I couldn't see it anymore. And I watched to make sure it wasn't going to circle and come back. Then I could see that he was going for the rocks. I knew he was going to get up on those rocks and slip and get cut. He was going to be really in trouble. So I started swimming in very slowly, and I kept looking to see if the shark was coming back, watched, and I swam on into the shore.
I think I yelled, "Shark!"
Right.
out to Mrs. Farrell, which I knew couldn't hear me because her head was in the water. And I started swimming towards the rocks quickly as I can. I was a little hyperventilated, was a little freaked out. Got to the rocks, climbed up on them, and then I realized that Mrs. Farrell was just swimming right on by and left me, and she started heading back into the beach. Well, at that time I was freaked. I went to catch my breath and get everything organized, and my foot had slipped in between the two rocks, and I cut my foot.
You lucky you cut it instead of getting it bit off.
So I pulled my foot back out of it, and I thought, oh, how am I going to get in? You know, the shark is sitting right here, and now I'm bleeding.
It smell blood.
She left me behind. She headed into the beach. But after a while, I composed myself and got back together and then swam back into the beach.
Hope you all have enjoyed that interview with Mr. and Mrs. Farrell about their trip to Hawaii and their encounter with the shark and the beautiful fishes that they have seen, and also when Mr. Farrell cut his foot and everything. So go ask them if you want more information about that. Go ahead, feel free. You see Mr. Farrell in the hallways. Go ask him about his encounter with that shark.